Namaste yogis, welcome to the Yoga Pantry with me and my pussycat Ellie. Oh, she's a good girl. Today we're going to do a arm-free practice. Now I did one about 3 years ago and I promised that I would do another one, and I don't think I have. I've done like hands-free, a few hands-free ones, but I don't think I've done another completely arms-free one. And I know that there's demand for it, especially if you've had a good yoga practice and then you've injured your shoulders. And it's really frustrating when you're so used to working out to suddenly be stagnant. And the body needs to move to feel good. So let's do this one. No arms, feel free to strap them up or tie them up behind you, or even if you don't have any injuries, it's actually really quite interesting to practice without your arms whatsoever. It gives you a whole different perspective, a whole different awareness of what's going on in the body. And I know as soon as I start to do some yoga, she's going to run because we accidentally kicked her once, didn't we, Ellie? So sorry, I'm glad you're back. I'm feeling very happy about it. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start in standing. Come to the top of your mat. So allow yourself to sway from side to side. Get a sense of your feet, the connection into the floor, into the earth. Close your eyes. Eventually, as you move from side to side, maybe move a little bit forward and back. If it makes you a little off balance with your eyes closed, feel free to open them up. And I apologize if this camera is a little bit crooked. I can't quite get it level. I better invest in a better tripod. Anyway, here we go. Getting to center. And as you come into your Tadasana, take some lovely deep breaths. Just coming into yourself. Forget the shoulders, forget any discomfort in the body, soften the knees, and just draw your awareness right into the center of your being. The center of your power, the place where you reside perfectly imperfect and perfectly perfect all at the same time. Let's draw that Ujjayi breath into our practice, just constricting the back of your throat slightly. Feeling the breath moving from the nose down to the belly and the belly to the nose, just like a lovely, gentle whisper or the sound of the ocean. Get a sense of how you stand. Soften your knees, allow your tailbone to drop to the floor. Draw the awareness up from the feet, through the center of the body, and up through the crown of the head. Bring your awareness back down to the feet. Get a sense of the center of your heels and the balls of your feet. And then get a sense of where your arch, the arches of your feet are, the inner arch, the outer arch. See if you can draw the balls of your feet towards the heels and vice versa without the toes gripping. So feel the arches lifting and becoming more prominent. There's a lot of energy here. And then relax the feet, and let's do that again. Draw the feet together or the front of the foot towards the back. Relax and draw it up. Relax. Draw it up. Relax. Draw it up, and see when you draw it up, see if you can bring that awareness to the inner thighs. Draw the awareness up to the inner thighs, up to the hip bones, bring the awareness to your belly button, and then up through the center of your body. Relax your feet. Now find a little bit of middle ground between that intense drawing up and completely relax. So we don't need to have our muscles super tense all the time to hold our body in place. In fact, we don't want that super tense state. We want a gentle activity, so between complete nothing and too much, so that we know our feet are connected into the floor. All right, relax. Now let's drop the chin down towards the chest. And then roll the chin over towards the right shoulder, gently roll up and over to the left. And again, continue a few more times. Breathe through it. Notice how that feels in the neck, in the upper back, maybe even in the shoulders. Reverse back the other way when you're ready. And keep observing how your body feels. Notice what's going on in the body. Breathe deeply. And then coming back to center. And then if the movement of the shoulders is available to you, roll out the shoulder girdle. If it's not, then just think about dropping the ear down towards the shoulder for a few moments and moving around. Otherwise, join me and let's roll out the shoulder girdle. Breathe deeply. It's good to get movement. If you do have any injuries, if there's any sharp shooting pain, then obviously you want to avoid that. But we don't want to keep the body stagnant. We want it to move. When I rolled my ankle, I actually didn't stop because I had no choice. I had to move house and stuff. And I think it was the best thing for it because it's really quite healthy and it's quite strong now because I had to focus more on my balance and my alignment in that foot. Someone's going swimming next door. Let's roll back the other way. Okay. And then release that out. And then let's round through the back, just like we did in the first video, and open. And round. And open. And round. And open. Sorry, I shouldn't be using my arms. So used to it, it's so weird. And then come back to center and let's drop down to one side. Let the knees drop as well. Just let the body stretch out through the side. And press up. Use the core strength as well. Go to the other side. Start to let the knees bend. Feel the stretch here. And to rise up, we use our core. So press and rise. Beautiful. And then we're going to drop the chin down. Bend the knees. Let the body roll down like a little rag doll. I thought my alley cat had gone, but there she is, still on the mat. Relax the head and neck. Feel that stretch through the back of the body, through the spine. You can close your eyes. You can have a little upper body movement if you like, or just stay still. Bring your awareness to your breath. Observe the breath. And allow that lovely, gentle lift through the body as you breathe in. And the release as you breathe out. And gentle lift. And a release. A gentle lift. And a release. Notice if you've gotten a little closer to the floor now. Observe how your feet are feeling. Are you gripping your toes? Relax the toes. Draw up through those arches slightly so there's a little activity through the feet. That means we've asked them to come online for us. We're going to draw the belly button into to the spine. Draw up through the arches of those feet with that little action in the feet there that we had at the start. Roll out one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. And exhale, round. And inhale, open. And exhale, round. And inhale, open. Now shift your weight over to one side and bring your foot up. And then bring it behind you. Just finding your core strength. So we get some glute activity here. If you have your hands available and it doesn't affect your shoulders, you can always hold on to a chair here. But we're just going to gaze in front and work through the hip joint, working strength in the standing leg, just finding control. in the lifted leg. And then extend it out this time. And then take it over the front of your right foot. And then move the right hip out to the side. Breathe into it. Inhale back to center. Release, come back to standing. Shift your weight. Lift your right leg. Unless I already said right leg before. I am known to get my left and rights very confused. Lift. Notice what happens in your hips. Is there a lot of movement? A little movement? This will give us a gauge of what's going on with our hip flexors, where the tightness is. Make sure the glutes are working for you. Breathe. So even though this seems simple, it requires a lot of muscular effort. It requires a lot of focus. We'll do a couple more. I'm getting hot just doing this. See you, alley cat. Whoops. She put me off my balance. And then bring that back. Take the foot over the front of the left and move the hips out to the left. Just get that nice stretch to the side of the body. Inhale back to center and come back. Just shake it out. And then inhale, raise up to your toes. Find that balance. Woo! I shouldn't look around when I'm trying to do this. So connect to the ball of the foot. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Go ahead and step your right foot back. We're going to stay in a bent-legged high lunge and then straighten out. And exhale. And straighten out. And exhale. Mosquito. That had a good sack of my blood. And straighten out and bend. And up and down. And up and down. Reach into the back heel. You can go into warrior one if you want. Otherwise stay in your high lunge. And let the heart expand and open. Find that strength through the core as you do it, and then let it round, chin to the chest. Inhale, expand and open. Find your balance, so draw up through those feet like we did at the very start. One more. Feel how your glutes and your legs, everything has to come online and join the party. And then reach into that back leg and come into your arrowhead pose. Let the arms hang, reach into the back leg. 5, 4, front leg has to do a whole lot. So knee tracks over the front foot because we're drawing up through the inner thigh and we're working the strength of our hip flexors. And then lift. Open again. And come back to center. Release. That's an effort, right? Step back. Left leg. So finding that bent knee. And press. And exhale. And press. Lovely stretch for the ankles here. And whoop, find your balance. You can hug a little through the inner thighs here. Lovely stretch out through those ankles. Breathing deep. Two more. Good for your glutes. Yay, active gluteal muscles. And then release into your warrior one or your high lunge. Open. Paranoid about mosquitoes now. Exhale round. Open. Exhale round. Open. Exhale round. Open. And exhale. Reach into your arrowhead pose. Might have forgotten that one earlier. Here we go. Let the arms hang. Reach into that back leg just as strongly as you're working this front leg. Remember, the knee stays tracking over the feet because we're drawing up through the inner thigh. We're also stabilizing our outer hip flexors. And we're drawing up through that foot to create that strength through the legs, but not too much. Otherwise you'll get an ache and you'll be working too hard. Don't grip the toes though, and then come up, open. And close it out. Open. And close it out. And open. And come back to center. Press up through that standing leg. Release. Shake it all out. Let's step out to the side. Pigeon-toed or feet facing forward. And just find length here. Just feel into the inner thighs. So see if you can reach into the edges of your feet. Draw up through the arches. Again, we've got that little drawing in between the ball and the heel. Just a little, nothing too intense. Try not to grip the toes. And lengthen up. Tailbone to the ground. Crown to the sky. See how that feels in your body. Let the arms be free. And then we're going to start to shift the hips backwards. You can soften the knees if you're super tight. If you do have a little bit of arm available to you, you can use a support. You can have blocks, otherwise just let them hang. If you want, you can rest them onto your back as well if hanging is no good, or if they're just in your way. And just continue on down. You can move a little bit from side to side just to see where you need to be. Soften out your knees if you need to as well. Let that head come all the way to the ground. Breathe, hold. Make sure those feet are pigeoned or facing forward and not turned out to the side. We want our knees to be happy and supported. And then we're going to bend into one side. You can gaze forward and press. Bend into the other side, gazing forward and press. If you're a little higher, you can still do this up here. It's all good. Now we're getting our lovely hip flexors working. So this is a little bit more of a strength one compared to the last one. And then one last one. Make sure the feet haven't collapsed. And then back to center. Lengthen out here. Breathe. Again, arms can hang, or to take the weight off of the hanging out there, just bring them onto your back. Hold. 5. Draw the core up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Press and rise. Oh, yeah. Turn that right foot out, front foot is what I should say, and bend into your warrior. You can keep the hands behind you, or they can hang, or they can be in front. You can always just hold a wrist behind if that feels okay. Look to that back foot, connect through the back edge, draw up through the arch, and then look through the front foot, draw up through this inner thigh as you draw up through the feet again, and connect strongly. Gaze forward. You can have the hands relaxed to come into your reverse warrior, leaning up and lengthening, leaning back and lengthening up through the heart. And then inhale back to center. Let the arm either come to the inside or the outside as you reach over and reach into the back leg, into our little extended side angle. Inhale back up, straighten out that leg. Lift the back foot and turn it in so that we're in our pyramid pose, hips face forward. Breathe into it, start to bend the knees. So now we're in warrior one, and then continue to twist your body around to that front leg. So we get this lovely twist through the body. Breathe, gaze back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Inhale, straighten that out. Turn your back foot out again. Turn your front foot into the side of the mat. Turn your back foot to the back of the mat. Warrior 2. Here we are in our warrior 2. Gaze over that front for a moment just to check that front leg. So we're spiraling up through this inner thigh. Knee tracks over the feet. Gaze back to that back foot. Connect through the back edge. Draw up through the arches of the feet. Draw up through the body. Feel your strength, your determination. Make sure you're not chasing your warrior anywhere. Stand your ground, stay centered. This is going to work all the muscles in the lower body. Breathe. And when you feel like it, you can stretch the front side of your body as you gaze up. Now you can always gaze to the back foot or to the side. Just feel the front core stretch. Find that strength in your legs. Inhale, draw up through the core, and then come forward. Find this length, reach through the back of that leg. Arm just out of your way, just dangle, dangle. Breathe into it. This really brings your focus to how much strength you need in the core and in the legs. Inhale, come up, and then bring that back foot in. Inhale. So we're in this lovely pyramid pose. Bend the front knee, reach into your warrior one here, and then start to rotate body from the waist towards that right leg. The back foot can come around as much as you like to find comfort in your knee. Breathe into it. Create that rotation from the belly up, and then back to center. And then inhale, straighten out the legs, bring them back to center. Expand as you breathe in, let the heart open. Exhale, come back to center. Turn that front foot in and go ahead, step up, shake it out. It's pretty intense, right? Let's roll back down. Rolly, 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 so the back gets a nice little stretch. Deep breaths. Press through the feet, roll up. Now get your focus straight away somewhere in front of you and continue to rise up from the balls of the feet to the crown. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Now we're going to move through all of that more or less kind of like that in a little sequence. So here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Inhale, come to the top of the mat. Rise up, get your focus. Look for that length right up through the crown, just focusing you down. And release. Step your right foot out. Turn both feet in. Inhale, find length. Exhale, shift those hips back. Bend your knees if you need to. Let your arms go where they need to the back, or they can slide down the legs if that feels good. Breathe into it. Something stuck to my foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half lift. Press through the feet to do that. Exhale, bow. Draw up through the belly. Inhale. Turn your right foot forward, drop into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior, gaze down to that back heel. Inhale up and move into your extended side angle. Inhale up. Turn that back foot in. Come into your lovely pyramid pose. Bend the knee and continue to rotate. Back to center. Straighten up, pyramid pose. And while we're here, we're going to send the hips back. The hips are nice and square. We're reaching into that back leg. If you need to bend the knee, it's all good. Let the body come forward. It can just come halfway. You can hang out here, or you can continue towards the earth. Breathing deeply into this beautiful pose. Sternum in line with your inner thighs. Soften the front knee to rise up. And let's open. Warrior one. Exhale, round. Open. Notice what your feet and your legs have to do as you move your upper body and undulate your spine. One more. And back to center. Lift through the core. Turn that front foot in, back foot out. And here we come into our warrior two. Look over that front leg. Look for length through your body, and then move into your reverse warrior. Press through the feet, look for that lift through the body. Inhale back up, so much core work going on here. Over to your extended side angle, reach into that back leg, and then reach up again. Oh yes, turn that back foot in, coming into your lovely pyramid pose. Bend into your warrior one. Center the body and rotate from the waist. Make sure your knees, your ankles are feeling comfortable. Back to center, straighten it out. Inhale, lengthen. reach into that back leg. Let the arms be soft. Come forward as far as you need to go. Bend your knee if you need to. My ankle on this side still a little bit injured, but it's doing better now. So I need a little more softness in my knee here so that my ankle has movement, because it doesn't have as much flexibility as the other side. But interestingly enough, it has more strength. And then release out. And warrior one. And round. Feel that strength. Warrior one, open. And round. And again, open. And round. Come back to center. And then turn to the top. Bend the knee. Step up. Shake it out. Awesome. So now we're going to come into a little squat. So you can have your feet wide or hip width apart. We're going to try a toddler squat, so hip width apart if you can, and allow your hips to slide back as you come down. If your knees are no good, then just come down how you need to, but if you're comfortable, just relax. And if you need to widen out the legs, it's all good. If you need to be a bit more forward on a block, that's all good too. Just see how that feels. And we're going to lift to the toes. Oh, that's right, toe balance. And then back into a squat. And lift to the toes. Working our legs. And down. One more. Work the strength in those ankles. There we go. And release. Extend those legs out. Shake it up. Walk the sitting bones back. Inhale, find length in your body. And then exhale, reach for your legs, not with the hands, but with your body, heart towards the toes. If you're up here, it's all good, but look for openness. Now, if you're super rounded, then you might want a little cushion underneath you. And what you want to try and do is lift through the body. If you can use your arms, then you can press up and open. But if you can't, just see what you can do here. And if this is no good, then come to a wall, throw your legs up the wall instead. But if you're happy coming forward, so many bugs in nature. Come on down. Inhale, rise up. Bring your right leg in to your left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. We're going to take an easy twist to the left side. You can not use your arms, or you can, depending on how much pressure you're allowed to use in those shoulders. Release. We're going to take a twist to the other side. And we're going to come back to center, and then we're going to reach. Reach, reach, reach. If you can use the hands again, you can grab the foot. Otherwise, you can just rest. You can have blocks as well here so that the shoulders relax. Just rest here. Inhale, rise up. Extend the leg, take it over the top. This is a nice, really big stretch for this left leg. Come forward. Release, bring that left leg under, or just keep it out. It's again up to your flexibility. If things are feeling super tight, just go where you need to go, and we're going to rotate. And you can rest your arm on your leg if it's not available. Just twist. One arm hopefully is available to you. So just see where you need to be. Make sure both sitting bones are connected to the earth. And then release. And then release that leg. Oh, shake him out. Before we go to the other side, we'll come into our butterfly position. Lift and lengthen through the body. You can walk the flesh back. You can come to the top of the sitting bones and then come forward again. It might only be a little bit, or it might be
a long way down.
Inhale, rise up, and then we shall extend right leg out, twisting towards that right side, twisting towards the left side, and back to center, and you can walk the sitting bones back a little, and down you go.
Arms wherever you need them to be.
Inhale, release, taking the knee over the top. If you've done a lot of glute work, then you might feel some tightness in the butt. Just see where you're at. Walk your way forward. Inhale, release, and you can bring the leg underneath or stay where you are. It's all the same. Breathe into it and then twist towards the side of the leg that's over the top. In this case, my left side. Such a good stretch right here. I've been doing a lot of butt stuff. Release that out. Release the legs. Oh. Shake them out. Shake them out. Come onto your backs. Find a comfortable place to be. I'll lie this way. So, finding a comfortable place for the back, we're going to widen out the feet and drop them over towards the right. If that feels okay, you can place your right foot on top of the left knee and you'll get a stretch into the TFL and the IT band. If it's too intense for the left knee, you can actually put the foot underneath or just keep it out to the side. If there's a lot of tightness in the legs, sometimes the knee doesn't enjoy getting too intense a stretch. Let the back soften into the floor, allow that gentle twist to happen. If you've got too much strain in the lower back, then maybe just bring the knees in and stack them instead. We'll come up, keeping the knees wide again, readjust so that you're centered, and then drop those knees to the other side. Again, you can explore placing the foot on top of the knee. See, as you can see today, I'm comfortable with my left foot on top of my right knee, but definitely not my right foot on top of my left knee. Now, if you find that the foot over the knee creates too much strain in the back, then just release. And again, you can have it underneath for support or just out to the side. Just see where your body needs you to lead it today. And then release out, come back to center, and we shall extend into Savasana. That's it, easy, nothing too crazy, a little bit of strength, a little bit of core,
And just a little bit of movement to get you going in your day. Relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And relax. And allow yourself to stretch out, open out. You can rest here a whole lot longer. Of course, if the arms don't stretch, just leave them where they are. And that is us. I zoned out a bit there and forgot that I was teaching a video. So feel free to rock up if that feels good. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that at least got your body moving and created a little strength in your body and a little bit of energy. I hope that your shoulder heals completely, beautifully, stronger than before, and I'll see you back here very soon. Thank you for being part of the Yoga Pantry family. Namaste.